Her own children kicked her out into the rain because they were embarrassed by how poor she looked. 10 years later, they were begging the billionaire they once looked down on to save them. Meet Eleanor Whitfield, 61 years old, a widow who spent 3 decades working double shifts at a diner just to keep a roof over her 2 children's heads. Her son, Marcus, became a hotshot real estate agent. Her daughter, Vanessa, married into money, both of them successful. Both of them ashamed of their mother's small apartment, her worn-out coat, her old sedan parked outside their fancy homes. One rainy October evening, Eleanor showed up at Vanessa's house, exhausted, asking if she could stay just a few nights while her apartment building was being fumigated. Vanessa, dismissive. "Mom, seriously? This is not a good time. Call Marcus. Or, I don't know, find a shelter." Marcus, on the phone, annoyed. "I've got the Hendersons coming over tonight. I can't have Mom showing up here in that robe." Eleanor standing on the porch, suitcase in hand, rain soaking through her coat. That night, with nowhere to go, Eleanor sat in her old car under a flickering streetlight and cried. Not from the cold, but from the realization that the 2 people she'd sacrificed everything for saw her as a burden. She didn't call them again. She didn't beg. Instead, she sold her apartment, cashed in a small pension, and invested nearly everything she had into a struggling tech startup her late husband had once believed in. Everyone told her she'd thrown her money away, but Eleanor held on. She took a job as a janitor at that very company just to be close to the action, learning everything, offering quiet advice the young CEO actually listened to. And when that tiny company became one of America's biggest tech giants, her stake was suddenly worth billions. She never told her children a thing. A luxury car pulls up outside Marcus's failing real estate office. A woman in a tailored suit steps out. 10 years after that rainy night, Marcus's business was collapsing under debt. Vanessa's marriage had fallen apart, and she was drowning in bills. Separately, both of them received an invitation to a charity gala hosted by a mysterious philanthropist funding a foundation for single mothers. Spotlight hits the stage. The philanthropist walks out. It's Eleanor. Marcus, whispering, stunned. "Mom." Gasps rippled through the crowd. The woman they'd left in the rain a decade ago was now worth billions, and she owned the very company Marcus had been begging for a loan from. The very foundation Vanessa had applied to for emergency housing assistance was her mother's. Eleanor, calm, steady, into the microphone. 10 years ago, I stood outside in the rain with nowhere to go. Tonight, I want every mother in this room to know, you are never a burden. You are the foundation everyone else stands on. Marcus and Vanessa approached Eleanor after the event, tearful, ashamed. Vanessa crying. "Mom, we had no idea. We swear if we'd known." Eleanor, gently but firm. "You didn't need to know I'd become this, to treat me with kindness. That's the part that still hurts." Eleanor didn't cut them off completely, but she also didn't hand them a fortune. Instead, she offered them jobs. Real ones. Starting from the bottom. If they wanted her respect back, they have to earn it, just like she once did. Eleanor looking out over the city skyline at sunset, a small smile on her face. Because the greatest revenge isn't wealth. It's becoming so strong, so unshakable, that the people who once threw you away spend the rest of their lives trying to earn their way back in. Would you forgive them? Tell me in the comments. And if you believe every mother deserves to be treated with respect, subscribe for the next story.